We need you, man. We need you to show up. We need you to bring your tools, your creativity, your laughter, your sunshine, your ambition, those things that you set aside, those things that you thought, oh, I don't need them anymore. No, we need it. In order for this generation to grow beyond where we presently stand, this side of COVID-19, as it gets even worse with the Delta variant, we need your creativity to push this generation forward. Unplugged, because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally uncut, because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. Do you ever wake up in the morning and it's like, oh, I guess I'm still here. Yeah, you know, I want to go back to that dream that I was in. It felt more real being there. At least I had an expression. I had less stress when I was in that dream. Can I go back? Do you ever do that? Have those dreams where it's like, why was I set free from that dream when this right here is the nightmare? It's just a crazy, crazy aspect that we are living. It really is. I don't even know where to begin today because there's so much going on this planet that you just sit there and you go, okay, I'll just digest it the best I can. I really will. I mean, do we live in times of madness? Has the internet painted the view as a place of unrest when in reality it's all just normal? We're all just going through a normal way of living. Not the normal once felt in the decades of past. I think life with its daily challenges is always a new page in this gigantic book. But what feeds the starting point of every chapter? The mighty warrior that strolls through each and every one of us knows of your existence, knows of your difference. Therefore, we must remain in faith to the warrior's cry. To be present, to be filled, to be aware, to be ready. But more importantly, to be peaceful, to invite newer levels of healing while studying the effects of yesterday's story, to belong in this moment of now, to be without having to carry a label of lesser expectation. I'm serious when I say that we are that generation, the first generation, and we will create the next generation. And in the process of doing that, we are passing a lot of things forward, and it's got to become an inspiration. Let us represent the walk with peace and forgiveness. We have to. Hey, it's Arroe. This is the Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer. I like to write about what's going on in the presence of now. I'm not a journalist. I'm not a historian. I just like writing what's moving through this moment. There's so much going on. You can go to your CNNs. You can go to your Fox News. You can go wherever you go. There's so much propaganda going on that in reality, be honest with me right here, just the two of us here. There's so much stuff going on that you don't know what to believe. It all sounds like, well, I guess that's true. Doesn't it? This is the Daily Mess. It can be very difficult to push words out. Sometimes it feels like I'm shoving my energy through an empty toothpaste tube, squeezing it until nothing remains, which seems like a total waste of time and energy. I mean, even in anger, there are words. No matter what the emotion, something is ready to be poured into this page. Until the summer of 1994, I had only poetry to put my emotions within. And I do go back and I look at it, but I'm only a bystander. I'm a passerby, a snooper trying to locate answers. I'm left with assumption as to what any of this poetry ever meant because the emotions are gone. What created that piece of poetry is something that was felt in that moment. I remember how I used to edit everything because I didn't want someone to say, oh, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're up to. So I would spend a lot of time coming up with new words that I felt were the right words so that I could even hide deeper into the picture. As the future reader, which I am today, I'm left in a place of interpretation, a layer of assumption, sprinkled with accusation as well as judgment. Yeah. When we go back and we look at the writing of past chapters, and there's a big chance that you probably journalized when you were in high school, or maybe in your 20s, 30s, maybe you're journaling now in your 50s. But to go back there you are, sprinkled with accusations, assumption, judgment. And sometimes you have to ask that question, who are you? Only a writer knows, but a writer doesn't always tell. Squeezed from this invisible tube of toothpaste. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.